Hello and welcome to another daily market reading. We are on Bitcoin and sadly Bitcoin has not done anything yet. Okay, so let's have a look at what Bitcoin's doing, what USDT is doing, and let's see what information we can extract from it, what kind of trades we can be expecting to get. So first things first, okay, let's head over to the 15-minute time frame because I think this is actually just the most relevant one. What is not great, okay, is that we were in this range this whole entire weekend. Usually what the price does is that if it comes crashing down or even just going up, when it's the weekend, you're going up in the range, and then Sunday night or on Monday, you either break it up or break it down, okay? You're usually in that for the weekend, and that's it. Now, it's Monday afternoon, and we still haven't broken this. We're still inside this range, which is not the best of news, okay? Bitcoin has not actually managed to get a push up yet. So what do I think is happening? What do I think is going on? Well, quite simple. Well, first off, please do remember this is not financial advice in any way, shape or form. What it is what I see going on in the market. What am I doing? Well, I've got this little rectangle drawn out right there, okay? Why have I got this here? Because if the price of Bitcoin now decides to go out of this rectangle, any retracements that I get, I'm gonna go long. If Bitcoin breaks down of this rectangle, goes below this low, any retracements that I get are going to be places for me to go short. I'm going to wait for a trend to be established for me to trade it, okay? I'm not going to try play wizard here and say, do you know what, I think long. No, because that's just gambling. That's not really trading. If you don't know how to join a trend, if you don't know what to do if we break out and we start going in an uptrend and you don't know how to join it, I have created a completely free course, okay, in this whole YouTube channel, in which I go in absolute detail on every single concept that I know when it comes to trading. Okay, so if you want to learn how to trade, there is a course that I have posted. So anything else? Yes, of course there is. There's always more. What am I going to trace? Absolutely, okay, you know it. I love it because it gives you so much information. Let's trace it up until this recent high, okay, just before we got this dramatic fall down. Why am I doing that? Well, because in this range, okay, from there to there, this whole entire range there, this white line is the value area low, okay? What can we see? We can see that, let me just extend this line a bit towards the right, and then we can see what is going on. It's acting as a massive resistance. That's no good news, okay? I remember when we were exactly there, I was saying, do you know what? That's a really good sign of strength. We managed to go back inside the value area low. We tested it, and then we were moving back up. That was great. I was really happy, and I was actually going to make a video saying this is really good news. I think Bitcoin's gonna go up, this, that, the other. It didn't. As soon as I was going to go press record, it came crashing down in one big single candle. Okay, so, and ever since then we have not been able to go back on it. So step number one, look if we go out of this accumulation or redistribution phase. Step two, let's see if Bitcoin is able to go past 60,600, 60,500. Okay, let's see if we're able to do that. Now, what else are we going to do? We are now going to turn on our indicators. Why? Well, because we've created them. Number two, also because you've got access to them for free. And if you don't know what they are, how you use them, just look at the really quick videos that I've made where I go into a lot of detail telling you exactly every single bit, every single thing about our indicators. The most important thing though, I would say, is that you can customize it to however you like it. Okay, so just look at this analysis and let me just show you how easy and how dynamic our analysis can be. So what have I got turned on? actually, I've got turned on the signals and all the blocks, believe it or not, to show me the order blocks. I've got the smart trend, which is going to show me this purple line, which is the smart trend, this gray line, an exponential moving average, and the fair value gaps, which are insanely important. They're really, really useful. Finally, I've also got the smart oscillator, which is an RSI, basically just really tweaked out, really modified, that has also got money flow inside it. Okay, if you watch my tutorials, you will know why there's money flow, why we use it, this, that, the other. Okay, I'm gonna head on to the 4 hourly time frame because I think that's where the most relevant, juicy stuff is. What can I see? I can see something very important. Okay, first off, just so you know, I have turned on the multi-time frame fair value gaps. What does that mean? If I double click on the smart trend, I can set here what fair value gaps do I want to be shown. So these, the main red rectangle, that's a 4 hourly fair value gap because I'm on the 4 hour time frame. This little gray one that says strong FVG 8 hours in brackets, that is a multi-time frame fair value gap. That's an 8 hourly fair value gap. We have got a 4 hour gap inside an 8 hour gap, inside a 4 hourly order block, exactly where we have the smart trend. Okay, the smart trend, let me just show you. When you hit the smart trend is usually a pretty good place to take a trade. You hit the smart trend right there and you came crashing down. If you don't believe me, let me just give you a couple more examples. Let's see right there as well, exactly the same thing. You hit the smart trend, you came coming down, hit the smart trend, you went up, smart trend up, smart trend down. Now it is worth noting, you might say, oh, but this one didn't really work out. Yes, because you need to be able to read the market. This is a really clear uptrend and the smart trend was purple, which means that it was telling you to take short positions. Okay. Now I go into detail of all of these things on my course and on the little tutorial video, so I don't want to waste too much time. So smart trend inside 2 multi-time frame fair value gaps inside an order block, and on top of that, what else? Fibonacci from the smaller phase down. Okay, so I've anchored it just from there all the way up until there. It's all landing exactly on the golden pocket of this smaller phase down. Okay, on top of that, because I'm not even finished yet, on top of that, this fair value gap is sitting exactly in the middle of the 0.5 and the 0.618 level of this bigger phase down. Okay, this area, let me just see how I can just do a little price label. There we go. This area right there, 63,500, looks like a really good place for us to take, well, for me to take a short position. That's what I'm going to be waiting for Bitcoin. That's where I hope Bitcoin is going to be going. Anything else? Yes. Let me go on the daily time frame. What can I see? I can see that the exponential moving average, which is this gray line, is coming along not too far away from our ideal entry point, which is right there. We are also oversold, but okay, this is a really big but. We are on an order block right now, to which we're not really reacting to. That's not good news. How do we, let me just give you a quick reminder on how we want to react to an order block. This exactly is a perfect example of how you want to react to an order block. You want to hit an order block and then run away from it. You do not actually want to be seeing what we are seeing there. That's not really a sign of strength. This was perfect. This was perfect. Okay, you touched it once and then reacted away from it. You're running away from it. There, you're wasting time inside it. That's not good. That's why I'm personally not going long now and I'm not going short now. I don't need to guess if the price is going to go up or down. I know exactly where I want to look for my short position, and I also know where I want to look for my long position. How am I going to know this? Turn on my multi-time frame fair value gaps on the 1 day time frame. There's going to be one around there. There we go. which is this one. Daily fair value gap. Okay, now this is where it gets really, really cool. We've got a daily fair value gap sitting inside a 4 hourly fair value gap. And hold on. Let me zoom out. I'm going to trace a whole Fibonacci retracement as well from this whole push up that we had on Bitcoin. And it's exactly, look, it is exactly on a weekly order block and on the golden pocket of this whole push up that we had. Okay, so what does that target look like? What is this target that I'm kind of saying now? It is going to be around 56,000. Okay, 55,500, 56. It's a bit of an area. Okay, it's not exactly one price target, it's an area. Okay, this whole area here is going to be a really good place where I would potentially be more likely to be looking for a long position. Okay, so I know where my short is, which is around there. This is where my short position is gonna be. And then this one's going to be where my long position is going to be. Okay. Having said that, there's not much more I can share with you. Let's just have a really quick look at USDT. Let's see what USDT is doing. It would, in theory, look, that's from yesterday's video. Let's remove all of these drawings. We've got a really similar thing. Look, we've got a smart trend right there. Order block, fair value gap. And now let me just turn on the multi-time frame fair value gaps, the 8 hourly time frame, and we're going to see one, ideally, one right there. There we go. Okay, exactly the same setup as Bitcoin. So yeah, we should, in theory, get a bit of a push down on USDT, which would mean a bit of a push up on Bitcoin, and then come crashing down. Okay, come crashing down. If this is going up, crypto is going to come crashing down. Okay, that's how this proxy works. Okay, so having said that, I thank you very much for watching. Make sure you leave a like, you subscribe, and you let me know in the comment section if there's any issues or any doubts that you may have, so that I can do my best to help you. Thank you so much for watching, and see you tomorrow. Bye bye.